Hey, what's going on, guys? Hellbat Studios here, and this is finally the long-awaited McFarlane Toys wishlist video, down to the
last minute details.
For most of them, you'll see. And yeah, so if you haven't been following us along this path, I've been working for about a week now, just tirelessly advertising, spamming you guys, shoving this stuff in your face, and then I got a ton of help from Jagger101. Thank you so much. He was actually a fan on my previous channel, which is always nice to see. So if you're watching this, thank you so much, man. You were actually carrying this survey. You have some great viewers, and I hope to get some more like that one day. So these are the exact characters that people have asked for. I put out a ton of polls, a lot of advertising. This has taken forever to make, as you saw at the beginning. So in total, there was over 1,000 votes, or 1,000 characters that people input. But we had to combine characters, so there's going to be more votes for some characters versus some not. Like there's a vampire Batman. He got like 1 vote, which sucks because I love him. Versus if there's a classic Batman. You get 2 classic Batmans, put them together, you get 2 points. That's how this whole thing works. So when you hear like this character got 10 points, don't be thinking like oh, how did they only get 10 points? Like the fact that this guy got 10 points out of like all the freaking DC universe is kind of crazy. And that's also why number 1 is absolutely bonkers. So without further ado, let's start with number 10 at 12 points. We've got classic Poison Ivy. This one was not surprising at all because Todd has quite the lack on female figures.
What the scallop?
You're going to see that there's a lot of those in this list, so there's a very high wanting of them. I'm also glad that we got classic Poison Ivy and not modern Poison Ivy. Specifically Future State, I've just never liked how she has the green skin. I mean, at this point, she's basically just a leaf. But I've always kind of liked the more like classic, like the animated series thing. Like she can almost like communicate with the plants and everything, right? But she's not like one of them. Versus the classic Poison Ivy, this is what I picture Poison Ivy in my head. This is how I would see Poison Ivy. This is the ideal Poison Ivy in my opinion. So I think that this is more silver, bronze age, not golden age, because that would be like original or first appearance. So classic Poison Ivy, silver, bronze age, somewhere in between there. And so yeah, I mean a lot of people, the fact that classic Poison Ivy exactly got 12 votes, it's kind of crazy. And I'm glad it was this version of Poison Ivy because I think that she looks the best out of all the other ones. So, at number 9, with 13 votes, we got Cheetah. And every time I say her name, it makes me think of Cheetos, and then I get hungry, so that's just great. But, Cheetah, at number 9, with 13 whole votes, which is bonkers, okay? So, this is a more... There's no specific version of this one, okay? So, there's a lot of variants of Cheetah out there. There's not, like, one specific... That's one thing that's, like, kind of difficult with this character. Because Poison Ivy looks the same for a good amount of time. Cheetah is always changing. That's one thing that's crazy. But if they were to make this Cheetah, I would hope that she would have some kind of garment or something on. Like a rag, like kind of like Injustice. I think that the just like bare naked Cheetah just looks really weird in my opinion. It looks like some weird like furry hybrid thing.
Excuse me, what the actual...
And I guess that's kind of what she is. But like... I just think that looks really weird, and I'd rather see something more like the Injustice Cheetah, which is probably my favorite version of Cheetah. But it's not really about me, it's about y'all. You can see there's already 2 female characters, so take note of that, Todd, if you ever watch this, which would be great. As you can see, there's a lot of people that want more Wonder Woman kind of stuff, like Cheetah is Wonder Woman's Joker, basically. So, yes, at number 9, 13 points, Cheetah. And I hope that she's got some kind of garment on, which I'm sure she will, because Todd has to keep it family friendly, and Cheetah, I don't know. We'll see, alright? If we ever get it, we'll see. Okay, so then, at number 8, with 14 points, we got Plastic Man. Now, honestly, for some reason, I was just kind of surprised. I just wasn't really expecting it. I don't know why, I just never really thought of Plastic Man. But Plastic Man, a lot of people wanted him. He's kind of looked the same throughout the years. There's not really been a lot that's changed. Like Batman has always looked different in each issue pretty much, but Plastic Man basically just wears the exact same thing every time, which is a lot nicer. We could combine like classic Plastic Man with like I don't know, another random Plastic Man, right? So Plastic Man with 14 votes. It would be cool if he came with like some extra accessories, like with his different hands. I don't know how McFarlane would do that. Like maybe like a I don't know, like a wrench or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking of random stuff. We'll see. So Plastic Man at number 8 with 14 points. That would be cool to see. So then we have our first tie up here. Well, actually second tie, but the second one got booted down to honorable mentions. So our first tie, I asked you guys, again, what would you rather see, this character or this character? And overall, the character I was hoping for won. So let's not reveal they/them yet. So anyways, at number 7, we got Hot Girl with 15 points. So Hot Girl, this would be pretty cool to see. I believe McFarlane is making a Hawkman soon, sometime. I'm not sure. I want to say they revealed that, if I'm thinking correctly. But, I mean, they already got, like, the wings and stuff. They already got all that junk. So, Hot Girl would not be difficult to make. She could have her mace and everything. This was specifically the Shira Law. I don't remember how to pronounce her name. I don't even remember her whole name. I'll just put a picture of her on the screen, and I'm sure you'll get it. She was the same one from, like, the animated series, Justice League. So, Hot Girl got 15 points, and I think she would be pretty cool to see. I'd like to see more of those winged figures. I think that would be pretty cool. So, then the next character, which I was hoping would beat Hot Girl. I'm sorry, Hot Girl, but I just like this dude better. At number 6, we've got Christopher Reeve's Superman with also 15 points. Christopher Reeve's Superman, I mean, I guess I'm not really that surprised. Christopher Reeves was such an iconic Superman. He played the role almost perfectly. I don't really think there's anything bad that he did. I'm sure there's something that could have been improved, but I can't think of any, really. He had the awesome music. He had the awesome costume. He just, the character was just perfect. It was like Superman ripped right out the comics. So, 15 points for him. A lot of people want to see that Christopher Reeve Superman, and I hope McFarlane just doesn't mess up the face. So, that would be great, because you can always have your random Supermans, but Christopher Reeves, you got to get that face down, or else it's just going to look like some random bonkers looking Superman, right? I guess he's got the iconic suit and everything. The belt is a little bit higher, and the suit and the symbol's a little bit thicker. So yeah, Christopher Reeves Superman at number 6 with 15 points. So now we're down to the top 5. At number 5, we got classic Wonder Woman. Who would have thought? I mean, who thought you guys wanted Wonder Woman? Nobody would have guessed that. I mean, it's not like you've been asking since I've literally had my old channel for like the past 5 years. So, yes, classic Wonder Woman. This was been asked for so long. I mean, people have been asking since the Stone Age for this. I like all the Wonder Woman suits, honestly. They all look pretty cool. But from McFarlane, I was like, look through the other day, I was trying to build the Justice League on my shelf, and I was like, dude, I don't have a good Wonder Woman. I've got the Death Metal one, which looks pretty cool, but it's not like actual Wonder Woman. And then I have this one with the shaved head from Last Night on Earth.
I messed up. We gotta go bald, man.
Dude, come on. We gotta have something, right, Todd? That's what a lot of people want. The classic Wonder Woman from Silver, Bronze Age, around there. Classic Wonder Woman, not like New 52 or anything. Did see some New 52 Wonder Womans and a couple rebirths, but classic Wonder Woman beat them with 17 points. So then, at number 4, and I'm a big fan of this one, you know it, baby, Arkham Origins Batman. There we go, with 18 points. Just barely beat Wonder Woman. Arkham Origins Batman is so needed, not even just from McFarlane, just from any brand, really. Like, there's none out there. There's, like, one that, like, DC Collectibles or something did a while back, and they just, like, butchered him, I'm gonna be honest. They did not do him well. So to see McFarlane's take on the big, bulky Batman, which is what I feel like they're pretty good at, menacing, armored Batman look, I think that would be good. Because they did the Arkham Knight Batman well, whose ears have bent for me. His ears, they bent, and it's just unredeemable now. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that. But they did Arkham Batman well. They gave him a lot of armored and details and stuff, and I think that just looked awesome. Like, they didn't do the paint job too well, but if they did, the armor would have just popped, and that's why this guy doesn't have a lot of paint, not a lot of stuff to do with him. He's really just not like the Arkham guy where he's got a ton of different shades. He's really just got like a couple shades for Arkham Origins Batman, which is what McFarlane loves to see. And I think that they would do this guy really well, and I would love to see it. I'd love to get my hands on one of these. So yes, number 4, Arkham Origins Batman. Now, these top 3 they just destroyed everyone. Like, it wasn't even a competition. So, Arkham Origins Batman got 18 points, right? So, at number 3, we got Zatanna with 30 points. Dang, she just, like, this is where it really picks up, right? 30 points for Zatanna. And it was always just comic Zatanna. So, not like classic Zatanna, not like modern Zatanna, comic Zatanna. That's kind of weird to say, like Zatanna. I don't know, it sounds weird. But anyways, I think Zatanna's a really fun character, especially her relationship with Batman. I like it how she's like all fun, like happy, sunshine and rainbows, and then he's just like dark and brooding, and she's kind of, you know, it's like opposites and everything, and it's their origin story, their friendship was pretty cool. So that's how I was first introduced to her, from the animated series, for Batman animated series. But yeah, I've always thought that, you know, she's just, I've always kind of just known her to be with Batman. I don't really know her aside from that, but I'm sure obviously a lot of you guys are big fans of the Zatanna, so I might need to look more into that, because she seems like she's quite the popular character. For these magicians, it's like, or whatever, wizards, whatever, it's hard to give them stuff, because they have a ton of like spells and things that they can use for accessories. So I mean, but probably with Zatanna, definitely a wand, obviously. Maybe they could somehow like make the hat you can pop on and off, which I don't know how they would do that. They might have to put like a weird like peg on her head, and that might just look weird, so maybe just keep the hat or something. And then maybe like a little white bunny, like on this picture. I think that'd be pretty funny. So yeah. So then, at number 2, who just barely beat Zatanna with 31 points, we have Starfire. Dude, Starfire, I was so surprised. I realized it doesn't like reveal to me until I see it on the list that McFarlane has never made one of these. I'm like, oh yeah, they did the Teen Titan. They did not do Starfire. How could they not do Starfire? I mean, I guess when I think of Teen Titans, I just think of the Teen Titans show figures like Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Dick Grayson. I mean, that's what I used to watch as a kid, so I guess that's just kind of what it's been to me. I think since the Teen Titans wave was so popular, I think what they should do is maybe even make like a Judas Contract wave. That would be so cool. Having like, I don't know, young Dick Grayson, or like mid-aged Dick Grayson. They could have Starfire in there. They could have like Tetra. I don't even know. And then they could have like maybe, I don't know, build a figure as classic Deathstroke. I saw a lot of classic Deathstroke. He barely missed the list, but that would have been really cool to see. So I think that if McFarlane's ever gonna think about doing something like that, they should definitely do the Judas Contract. I think that would be awesome. Obviously Starfire would come with some fire effects, because she's literally got fire in her name, her little green fire stuff, and overall I think people just don't even really care what kind of Starfire we get at this point. I think they just want a Starfire. So hopefully we get it in the future. I was always a big fan of her relationship with Dick Grayson, and Dick Grayson's related to Batman, so anything that's attached to Batman, I'm a big fan of.
Always bet on black.
Oh, anyways, yes, Starfire at number 2. Now, before we go to number 1, which just clobbered everyone, I mean, it's crazy, we're going to do some honorable mentions. So, Poison Ivy just barely beat this character, Black Canary, okay? Black Canary and Poison Ivy were tied for last place, number 10, with 12 points both. I put some polls out. I recently took them down because I didn't really need them anymore, of what you guys wanted to see more. And Poison Ivy was overall winning. It was only up for like 20 minutes, so. But Poison Ivy overall won. So, but Black Canary would be pretty cool to see. I don't even know who I'd like to see more, Black Canary or Poison Ivy. I might be Black Canary gang. I don't know. Next, we have Hal Jordan with 11 points. Dude, I don't understand how we don't have a single release Hal Jordan. Like, I looked it up on the McFarlane website and I didn't see it, and I was like, oh crap, we don't have this. Like, it doesn't reveal to me until I see it or realize it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how? So we need a Hal Jordan, a classic Hal Jordan specifically. This is the guy that was doing so well. He got 11 points. Next, we got Two-Face from the comics, not classic, more modern version. With 11 points. We don't have a Two-Face either. We're getting Two-Face Batman, and I actually kind of like him. I think he looks cool. I'm definitely going to pick him up. But we don't have a normal Two-Face. So it'd be pretty cool to see like the white and red, or black and white, or red and black, or whatever Two-Face suit. Doesn't really matter. We just kind of need a Two-Face. Me personally, I think I'm more of a white and red kind of guy, or black and red. Either one is fine for the suit. Then we've got Kingdom Come Superman. I love this Superman design. It's one of my favorites, honestly, and I was so glad to see him doing it well. I did combine this guy with Alex Ross Superman, because Alex Ross Superman got like 1 vote, and Kingdom Come Superman had like 9. So I was like, why not? The same artist and everything. So I just put them together, and And we got Kingdom Come Superman at 10 votes, which would be amazing to see. I'd love to see one of those. Then we've got Classic Superman, Bronze Age specifically. Now, this is also not just Bronze Age, but this is John Bryan Superman. This is the specific thing that so many people kept saying. And in my opinion, this is like the definitive Superman look in comics. I just think that this is like exactly what Superman should look like. There's nothing wrong, like, from his face to like his muscle definition. He's not too bulky, but then he's not skinny. He's cut. I just think that this is perfect. I also got a lot of John Bryan Batmans, but we've got a lot of classic Batmans, so you might make up the Nightfall for that classic Batman. But I think John Bryan Batman would be really cool to see too. But Superman specifically, this is just like perfect. This is the perfect Superman. And it seems like a lot of people are not very happy with the McFarlane Supermans, because on the surveys, I got multiple answers that just said better Superman or not stupid head sculpt. Like, that's like what I kept seeing, stuff like that. So that classic Superman, and then Darkseid from the comics with 11 points. Dude, how do we not have a comic book Darkseid yet? Luckily I got the movie Snyder Cut Darkseid with the chest piece, and I saw him in Target. He was literally in the Barbie section, and I was so happy that I found him. So picked him up. One of the greatest pickups of my life. But we don't have a comic book version of him, which sucks. And I'd love to see a comic book version. So this is more of like a modernish version of Darkseid, but I also got a lot for classic Darkseid. I was debating, but if I had combined the classic Darkseid and comic Darkseid, he actually would have been on the top 10 list. But I was like, okay, but this is like modern Darkseid, then classic Darkseid. So I don't know. But people really want a Darkseid overall. It's just a nice looking Darkseid. That would be great to see. So now that concludes the honorable mentions. So these guys are really close to being on the list, but just barely made it. So yes. Now before we hop into number one, I just want to give all the credit to this one character who's one of my favorites. He's just called Man. He might be stupid. I'm not really sure. He looks pretty stupid, but anyways, I'd love to see McFarlane's take on him. Anyways, let's just get back to the... At number one with a whopping 48 votes. I mean, think about this. Poison Ivy got 12 votes and she made the list. This dude got 48 votes. I mean, he took up like a third of all the votes, dude. It was crazy. Like, this guy just like cleaned house. Like, I mean, it's not even a question. This guy is by far the most wanted action figure overall. We've got BVS Batman. There we go. The number one most wanted McFarlane figure is the Batman vs. Superman Ben Affleck Batman. Holy cow. This guy took up like a third of the poll. I mean, there was like chunks of the poll missing because of this character. This is by far the most wanted, and it was crazy. It was like everywhere I would scroll, there would just be a Ben Affleck Batman vs. Superman Batman, or it's BVS Batman. And we did get some Nightmare Batman, and then we also got Armored Batman. And I did get one Justice League Batman, like not tactical armor, but it was always just a BVS Batman. And I mean, who can blame him? He's personally my favorite Batman. I just like his dark, gritty attitude and everything, and his brutality. And I mean, he's like a modern Dark Knight Returns suit. It looks amazing. So he was by far the most wanted. So take notes if you ever watch this, McFarlane. This is what gets you money. So that's it. That's the number one most wanted. That's the whole list. Thank you guys so much for participating. It's been a blast, a very tedious blast at that. I thought I would have this video up on Wednesday, but it's coming out Thursday, which is fine, I guess. So yeah, thanks you guys for all the help, all the advertising, the participation, and I really hope this blows up because I put a lot of time and even a lot of money into this. So please help me out by sharing this to someone. This is like the one time I'll ask. Consider liking and subscribing. And another shout out to Jagger101. This video is not looking good. Not a lot of people were doing the survey. And then Buddy brought in the Calvary. He's got those awesome viewers. So thank you guys so much. I'll tag you in the description, Jagger101. Thanks so much, man. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, like and subscribe. Share this with someone. Spread the word. Because if we get enough people to watch this, I guarantee you McFarlane will see it. Because on my old channel, we did have some scouts for McFarlane toys on there that would go and look through shift through some stuff. So, you know, that's probably how I got caught. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.